What is up, guys? Brody here, and today we're not going to be working on my car. Instead, my buddy Darby, he actually just recently, about a month ago, picked up a 2012 STi. It's completely stock, nothing has been done to it whatsoever yet, and he bought a Invidia Q300 catback exhaust. So what we're gonna do today is install that on his car. I'm also gonna get a few before and after video clips, just so you guys can kind of hear and see the difference between the stock catback and the Invidia catback. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button. As well, my Instagram is down in the description below, so go give me a follow there. I'm gonna head over to my folks' place actually. They have a way better supply for tools and what we need just to get his car, I guess, as high up as possible. Anyways, let's get going and let's head over to my folks' place and get this started. All right, guys, so first step, we're retaking it, Alex. I told you I was gonna retake it.
Oh yeah, you gotta do a couple takes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so car is now jacked up. We got it on jack stands. I think, Darbs, you sprayed the bolts, right?
Yeah.
And did you also do the hangers?
I did.
So that's one thing you want to make sure is the only way you're really gonna get your exhaust off the hangers is if you spray it with WD-40. If you don't, it's gonna take you a long time to really get those off. So, and you may never even. But yeah, soak the bolts and hangers. Let it sit for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna go get our socket and wrenches, and we'll start popping the exhaust off. And that really is all there is to it. It's just bolts and I think, how many hangers are on the stock exhaust?
There's 2 on each muffler and then 1 on the mid pipe.
Okay, all right. The 2012 World Rally Blue. And the owner here, Darby, he finally made the switch.
I know.
He went from a Jeep, and he decided to finally get the STi. He was missing out on the sports car life, I guess. But oh, we're starting to break these guys out. Check this out. Ooh, that's pretty.
Just kinda like
All right, so this is the Invidia Q300, the catback. And as you could hear, the stock catback didn't have too much balls on it, did it? No. So that is what we're gonna be replacing. And I'll go underneath the car and show you guys exactly what bolts and hangers that we need to remove. And yeah, we'll go from there. We also got Alex here who's gonna give us a hand installing it. Let's do this. Not replacing the downpipe, just the catback. So these 2 bolts, that one and that one. I think the kit provides 2 new bolts, right?
Yeah.
And then the catback goes back here. Here's the resonator. And then it splits off. And there's 2 connections. There's 2 bolts here holding, I guess, the mid pipe to the one muffler. And then the same here on the other side. Another 2 bolts holding that muffler on. Okay, so we've got the Invidia catback laid out. And it's looking very nice. All right, so everything has now been soaking for a good 15 minutes, I would say. So now we're gonna go in, try breaking the bolts. I'll also let you guys know what sizes of sockets to use, what sizes of wrench. And then we'll also soak the hangers in some WD-40 as well, just again, right before we start sliding them off. And yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yep.
We're rolling, fellas.
Woo!
There she is.
Turn that off. Are we good?
We're still rolling here,
Okay.
fellas.
Nice.
All right, guys. So
That's one bolt off.
what we were doing, we just popped one bolt off where the catback connects to the downpipe. We're just popping the other bolt off here. And then what are the sizes? The sizes are...
12 and 14.
Okay, so you'll need a 12 mil and a 14 mil in order to pop these bolts off.
Stop for a sec. I'll put this on and then we can do both ways because now it's loose. Oh, sorry. Beauty.
Word. Okay.
Sweet. So now it's just the 2 bolts back there and then...
And the hangers.
Yeah, and the hangers.
Okay.
So
Here. How's the zoom on it?
It was good, dog.
Ah, all right.
can't
So
talk
we
about
got
kitty
the 2 bolts
Oh,
connecting
yeah,
the
yeah.
downpipe to the
I heard
catback.
tape and I'm like, what?
Like I said before, those are just 2 14s. So just get like a
there's
socket
only
and then a
more,
14 millimeter wrench, and then just go at it, and you should be able to pop those 2 off pretty easily. And then Darbs,
Yeah.
for the mufflers, are we taking the mufflers off, separating them on the car?
Yeah.
And then what are the bolt sizes for the
I
mufflers?
think they're both 14s.
They're both 14s. Okay, so I'll correct that if we need to, but I believe both bolts are 14s on the muffler. So I think we're going to disconnect. We disconnected catback to downpipe, and now we're going to disconnect the 2 mufflers from, I guess, the mid pipe. And then from there, we can just slide the hangers off, spray some WD-40 on those before, and pop it off. Okay,
Look at that piece of shit.
so
Fuck. What a difference.
these bolts were not gonna come undone. They were too seized up and too much rust on them. So we couldn't even get a socket around it. So instead, all we did is just took it out all in one piece, which was actually probably easier, to be honest. So just spray, like I said, a ton of WD-40 on the hangers, and then the rubber hanger will pretty much just slide right off. It's pretty straightforward. Easiest way of doing it is take the first 2 bolts that connect to the downpipe off first, then take the middle hanger off, and then take these hangers off, and it should take all of like 20 minutes to take out, unlike how we did it. So I think our plan of attack for putting the new catback in is, what we'll do is we'll connect these 2 pieces just really loosely. Just put the bolts in. Don't snug it up yet. Just keep it loose. And then what we'll do is this piece and this piece will be done up. And then we'll put this middle hanger on. So at least it's kind of up in the air. And then we'll loosely bolt down this to the end of the downpipe. Each muffler, we'll put each one on the hangers. And then again, we'll put the bolts in and do up basically this pipe that splits off into each muffler. And once we have everything in the right position, everything hung up and all the bolts in, and then we'll work probably just front to back and get all the bolts torqued down. And also a side note, make sure there'll be a stock donut gasket that goes from the downpipe to the start of the catback. Make sure you take this out because you will not reuse that. There's a new gasket that we're going to use to connect the catback back to the downpipe.
Another 12, I think.
Okay, we need a 12.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
on the end of that one?
We only have 14s.
You only got 14?
12?
This is a 14. And then she's too big too.
I
We need
got
a
it.
smaller socket.
I got it, don't get out.
All right, Brody, tell us what's going on, Brody.
Not just that one.
Just basically chilling.
The issue so far.
That's too big.
Not much of an issue. We're just making sure we had the right size bolts that go from the catback to the downpipe.
So we need probably two
There's
now.
different bolt sizes, but we got the right ones, and we're putting 12 mil bolts back in to connect
Yeah, there we go.
the new catback to the old downpipe. And also, I said it before, make sure you have your gasket
This is 916
that goes
though,
between
yeah.
them.
You point, first of all, buy it. Second of all, make sure your bolts are tight, okay? I know a buddy whose exhaust blew off in the middle of the road on, okay?
That sounds horrific.
Thanks, Stairs. That was good.
Were you there? Did you witness it? Or
Yeah.
was it a story?
Yeah, he saw it on Facebook. Actually, there's a
I
guy.
witnessed it.
There was a guy from Chicago. I have no idea who he is.
Wait, did that actually
Just fit
happen?
on yours. I think that
It's like, that's incredible. If it actually happened.
is that. Still tightening it? Oh yeah. Nice.
Like I said, I'll just
Probably
get,
that.
I'll just
Probably
get
good.
cinched
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
there we go.
Okay, let's move to the back one.
Beauty.
Oh, this one's still loose, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
That way, so we have like room to move if we need.
Yeah. Okay, you want us to move?
I think so.
See, man.
We'll move.
Tighten that after.
Hi, dog. You
I
gotta
see.
tell us what's going on now.
All right, Darbs now. While we have these exhaust pieces off, how zoomed in are you on me right now?
This is perfect.
I feel like he just kind of wants to clean off the fender where the exhaust kind of goes up. He feels like this is his one opportunity to clean the fenders. Look at all that beautiful grime.
Oh yeah.
Even though little does he
Dirty
realize
girl.
It's gonna get just as
it's gonna get just as gross in a matter of a couple days.
feels good to start fresh.
Get a nice close up right here.
Yeah, just get the good stuff.
That's the views getter.
Right there.
That's worth 100,000 views.
There's the thumbnail.
Thumbnail. That would be the perfect thumbnail.
Q300.
All right, Dars, what do we got going on next here?
Well, to connect the manifold into the pipe, we're going to use this gasket. We got 2 bolts, need to make sure they're on there good on both sides. So we got dual pipes, we got dual exhaust. We're going to make sure 2 gaskets, 4 bolts done.
All right, sounds good.
We got the very front bolted up, and then we got the hanger on. And now what we went in ahead and did is we just hung the mufflers. So we just get them in place, get them up on their hanger. And now what we're doing is getting the gaskets in, and then putting the 2 bolts that go in on each muffler. So.
Have you checked out the video there?
One nut? Yeah.
Oh, that actually looks sick.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see this bad boy.
Okay, so. Get a little glimpse of this.
Make sure you tell them to clean the tips.
Yeah, always clean the tips.
Wipe the tip.
Get those things nice and polished. No fingerprints. Darby is just finishing getting all the bolts torqued down, making sure everything is tight, and then once he is done with that, we'll get him to start it up, and then we'll check to make sure there's no exhaust leaks, and if that's the case, we'll pop this thing off the jack stands and see what this thing sounds like. Looks 10 times better.
From down here?
Looks 10 times better.
Fuck.
Oh, it is super bright out. Oh,
Brody, how's the aperture?
golden maybe.
Alright,
So
we
it's
good?
good.
This is Jake.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Jake was giving us some of that B-roll.
I'm the official videographer for this STI.
Oh,
this
gosh.
right here,
Okay, make sure
this is my kind of
I took
STI.
her on a-
You mean
I took her on a-
not that one? I don't know, man. Mic is on. We are golden.
Sick. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Shake and bake it.
Here we go. There's good. That's a nice little rumble.
All right.
I don't really see anything leaking.
You'll hear like air basically coming out the side, just like right in the seals. You'll hear a little like.
I don't think so.
If that's the case, then you're good. Oh my god, that's got way more voice. Oh, that sounds way better, man. What is up, guys? So I'm actually just editing the video right now, and I realized that I never filmed any outro for it. As you can see, that exhaust definitely made his car sound a whole lot better. So certainly an easy install, and it definitely makes a big difference with your car. Makes it a lot more fun to drive. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely smash that like button. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow it as much as I can, so any support is greatly appreciated. As well, I will post my Instagram in the description below, so if you haven't, definitely go follow me there. But anyways, yeah, I have a ton of videos here planned. I'll probably be releasing a couple in the next week. The next video I post, I'll definitely be covering kind of what the next project I have and what it entails. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you in the next video. Take it easy, guys.